Hope Nation? How y'all doing today? Can you see me? Is it clear? All right. So, today is August 1st, and I'm just wondering how y'all feeling doing the check-in. I was listening to some statistics for the military, and suicides are way up. They've lost more people, the Navy, I believe it was, to suicides than combat. So I say all that to say, check in with your folks. Make sure people are good. Just say hi, a text, something. Just check in. And if you're not feeling well, go talk to somebody. So, and they also had an episode, I guess, suicide is like a buzzword because on Grownish, they had an episode where this guy tried to harm himself, but he was unsuccessful, thank God. And people didn't know that they knew he was because he was posting like crazy stuff on his Twitter or whatever, but no one believed that he would ever hurt himself. So I say all that to say, if people are crying out for help and you hear them, just, check in. Can't save them all, but check in, do your part. Moose, what are you doing? Come in. Yes, it's room for you. Oh, anyway, Moose is going to be the cameraman today. I don't know why he's doing that. But anyway, so I wanted to say, oh, look, my girls are still here. Yay. The mayor of Hope Nation, London, the deputy mayor, Damaris. Give them a clap. And there goes our other mini-me, Tay Tay. Hey, Hope Nation. All right. Now that the pleasantries out of the way, today's episode is called They're Not Phony, They're Just Super Confused. Okay, what do I mean? Because we have friends that complain about friends and family, and in the age of social media, you cannot hide who you hang out with. And you have people that complain about this one and that one, and when you go into your Instagram, Facebook, poof, they're with that same person that they just had this lifelong complaint about. So what I've come up with is that I can no longer entertain being mad at folk who can't simply make up their mind. They're confused. So when people come to me and want to have friendships with me and conversations with me, I understand that there are spiritual foreigners. They're just visiting the land of Hope Nation when they come to me. They're just visiting. I cannot get mad if they go back to the vomit of their past, like people and dogs do. People just simply just go back to the things that hurt them, don't make them feel good, and then they want to come back and complain. What I can say for the receiver of the complaints is, you can teach people how to treat you by not accepting when they come. You see the phone call coming in? Don't accept the call if you know it's going to be about gossiping and complaints. Or as soon as you answer the phone and it sounds like they're getting ready, stop them. Hey, if this is about so-and-so, I don't want to hear about it because you was just with them, so apparently you love it. So that's what we have to do to change the narrative, change the conversation, because you're not going to get people to pick a side. And if you love that person, if you like that person, and you like their company when they're visiting you in your land, then take the visit for what it is, but just know that people are confused. If someone doesn't know who they are and they don't know what they want, hey, what's going on? Oh, Lord. Got it? Was it? Got it? Hey, and we're back. We have a toddler, so, and I have an old brain, and I can't really remember what the hell I was saying in succession, but what I was saying, where I was going, because I was flowing in it. But, when people don't know who they are, what they want, and they want a soul search, it's going to be very difficult for them to know who they need in their life on a consistent basis, because they are confused, bottom line. So to save yourself the headache of trying to make people see other people for who they are, or getting upset because this person is a flip-flopper, just understand that the part that you like about them, you keep that. The other parts, you don't have to accept. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. I don't eat meat, but I'm cool. Anyway, so I spent a great deal of time like being loyal to people. Like, you know how girls are. Oh, I ain't speaking to this one. And then you're like, well, I ain't speaking to either. And the next thing you know, they're speaking to them, but you still feel the sense of loyalty that you're not going to speak to that person because they're not speaking. But now they're speaking, and now they're not speaking to you. And when they go out, they ain't going to invite you out because now you've painted yourself into this loyal corner. And so we have to stop doing that. So if you like somebody and your friend don't like the person, but your friend keeps flip-flopping, like the person. The hell with it. So just know that a lot of times people aren't phony. They just don't know who the hell they are. And then you have to ask yourself, how long you want to hang around people that don't know who they are? You know who you are. You're not lost. You're not a spiritual wanderer or nomad or foreigner. You know exactly what you want. You need to be around like-minded people, unfortunately. And that's where the segregation comes in at, because that's what separates the men from the boys. Sorry. You know, so...
That's the whole word.
Thank you. How do you feel about that? Have you experienced that, Tracy?
Not really.
You don't go through nothing on the West Coast.
No,
I should have been from the West Coast.
Because I'm more selective, maybe. I don't know. And then because of my upbringing, you didn't hang out with a lot of people. You had your few, and that was it, and y'all just rocked out. It wasn't the friendliest household. So you just had to be a little bit more discreet, I guess would be the word. So you kept, I had to keep all the squares away.
I guess it's a New York thing because everybody got high drama in New York. Huh? You've been through that?
In my school.
Oh, talk to your people.
One day, one of my friends said...
Speak up and talk and look at your folks.
One day, one of my friends said that she's not her friend, the other girl's friend. And then the other girl said that she's not her friend. And then the next day, they was talking to each other.
Yeah.
The other day, they got mad at each other. So I just been both of them friends.
That's right. You don't have to pick a side all the time. I mean, unless somebody does something really bad, then, But if it's just nonsense, girl stuff, people stuff, good job, Lenny Brain. Listening. Okay, guys, do you go through that at the depot?
You might go through that somewhat, yeah. Yeah, guys say, oh, I don't mess with them, then later on they talking, yeah, you hear that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
You see it, yeah.
What about you, Moose?
Nope, I never went through that.
No?
I listen to you. I just don't pick a side. I stay out of it.
Yeah.
To everybody. So I never went through that. Because I was my own business.
That's right.
Yes, but I don't pick a side either. I just hear them out.
Yeah. Question, do we need to flash one? Or we good?
I mean, the flashing is in the time report.
Right, that's what happened before, right? Okay, I'm just making sure.
Put it on, but it's probably going to put a limit.
Okay, we don't want that.
It'll help though, probably.
It'll help. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. But that light will come on eventually. And y'all know I can't
Hit the
see.
switch.
So, hit the switch?
Somebody needs to hit it.
Oh, man. So, yeah. The girls over here, I'm so sorry, but one of your girls, I didn't even ask y'all how y'all, I know you go through drama. You a drama magnet. So, do you feel like you're the stable one in your group, your friend group, or you're the flip-flopper? Where do you fit in?
I ain't no flip-flopper.
So you're the stable one. You don't want everybody to come to with their problems. Yeah.
And I stay out of it. I stay out of it.
Oh, okay. What about you? Well,
Yeah, I stay neutral. Like work drama or even like in like school, that kind of thing. Yeah, everyone talks about each other, but as soon as they see each other, they're saying hi or acting like they're neutral, like they're cool with each other. But you just say all these bad things about them. But I just be laughing in my head, like.
Yeah.
People be tricking. They be trying to get you to say something.
Yeah, I just say, I'm like,
be a trick.
I don't
It's
know.
in my school, it'd be too much drama on Fridays.
On Fridays?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of drama. Like one day at my school, they was fighting. Two boys was fighting.
Oh. Yeah. It's happening a lot. It's a lot of
Yeah.
drama. Well, I'm sorry. You guys, that's why you just gotta stay prayed up and mind your business. So we're going through voting. People are fighting for our votes. What are we voting for? Who? I think it comes down to, it doesn't even have, you don't even have to care about who you're voting for. You have to know what you're voting for. What are you voting for like these days? Like, what do we care about? What do you care about?
Right
Yeah,
now, I
well,
just feel like just so everybody be treated equal, the same, and basically, and property taxes.
I was thinking about that.
Property taxes, yeah.
Did y'all hear about the California
What about California?
with Trump? They won't. I think it's something like they won't roll the ballots out unless he shows his taxes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
What?
under state
He'll
law.
show all his taxes, income, and all that stuff, I guess.
Well, no, I didn't hear about that, but I know that he's in court. He's suing Congress now because they have the right to look at his taxes, but now he's suing so that you can't see his taxes. Trump.
Oh.
Him
I
again.
didn't know the
I-
president could sue people while they're in office.
Well, he just sues everybody. That's how his whole companies are ran, just by lawsuits. Lawsuits.
I thought they
Musa light went off again. Yeah.
they had to do stuff like that
Oh, okay.
but before you become president, you gotta open all your
Since
financial
the
stuff.
60s, I don't know, maybe flip that switch you flip. Yeah, I don't know. He's getting away with everything. That's why I don't even really bother talking about him because he's not real. I want you all to understand that. We're living in times that are not real. Real things are happening to us, like I'm touching her right now, right? She can feel that. But a lot of the circumstances that we're living under are not real. So I want you all to keep a level head when you're dealing with things and people, and know that you're a real person, but a lot of the drama and stuff is fake. And if you get caught up in that, you're gonna get lost. Just like the people we talked about earlier. It's so easy to get caught up in fake drama. So I just try not to like listen to CNN. I definitely don't watch Fox. I put on the news every now and again because I know that this is not real. We can't live in a country where we teach our children not to bully and not to name call and not to do all these mean-spirited things, and then we have a president of the United States who is a spokesperson for our country who's doing, yes, what Mom said, he's doing it all. That just doesn't make sense. So my thing is, I don't like to argue about him or talk about him that much because I know that this is not a real situation. It's a situation that had to happen because a group of people wanted him in government so he can create anarchy for whatever reason and to get our minds off of the real stuff. So what I would suggest is keep your mind fixed on your family and the things that you need for yourself, because he is a temporary situation. He is not permanent. But we can do real permanent damage if we just keep talking about him and keep giving him life over the next couple of years. And if he gets elected again, we're losing time. So I don't want to waste any more time on that fake person and the fake drama and all of that. Don't make sense. So yeah. He brought it up. So what's important to you in terms of who you would vote for? Like, just what's important. Don't worry about the person, their politics, what side they're on. What are the things you care about?
Affordable housing.
Can't hear you.
Affordable housing.
That's it. But that's good. For affordable. You have children, you need a place to live. Affordable housing. What about you?
I would say good schools, good
Yeah.
teachers, good a good neighborhood. And I guess police presence too. I guess keeping crime down in your area. Yeah, you don't want to live in no place that's all crazy.
Oh,
Especially
like
you
Baltimore?
Oh, I don't know about Baltimore.
Well, Trump said Baltimore was a rat-infested place.
What? I don't know. Who's saying
What?
She said neighborhood, so I did neighborhood.
You're confusing us. Open your heart. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a rat-infested place no one wants to live in. That's what he said about Baltimore.
Because of
Because of
political
Cummins.
person said
Yeah. And
he's from Baltimore.
He's from Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
And he, you know,
He is crazy.
he's crazy. He says the damn mistakes. I don't say his state. You are the president of the United States, so if you have a place that's in your country, because he called other countries shithole countries or whatever, then you have a shithole, then why don't you fix it? Instead of like bragging about it. Makes no sense. Hey Mom,
Hey.
what do you care about?
Like Andre said, the housing taxes.
Mm-hmm. That's it?
That's about
What about
it.
Medicare? Don't you like it?
So far, it's to work it for me.
So you want to keep it, right?
Absolutely.
Because they said it's going to run out. Yeah.
It's gonna run out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They print the money though, people. Stay focused.
Something else to throw you off.
Stay focused. What about you, Tracy?
All these decisions and laws and stuff they're trying to put in for women and what we can and cannot do with ourselves. I think that
Reproductive
is
issues.
something, that is no place for them. All the stipulations they're putting and forcing on parents with vaccines and what you can and cannot do with your children. And if you don't get them, then they can't go to school. And if they're not going to school, then that's negligence. And now we can take your kid. Like, it's
crazy.
stop.
What do you-
Those are the things that most matter to me right now.
Right now. That's so good. What about you? What do you care about? Give me one thing.
About my education.
Education. Dee Dee, what do you care about? Dee Dee, do you care about anything?
Yes.
So tell the people.
I care about the grades.
Good grades, so better schools, right? Better teachers. Stop wiggling.
Yes.
What do I care about? I care about everything. I mean, I guess I care more. Not more. I want to say that I care about everything equally, but disabled rights. I care about parental education. Parents knowing what their rights.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that you don't have rights or you have all these rights until something bad happens. So parents just being more educated, about the do's and don'ts. And I don't think government really has a say in what you do with your children. If you're not abusing them, the government shouldn't have a say in what you do with your children. So I think that's why people are homeschooling their kids more, because the push for vaccinations is just out of control. These fake outbreaks that make absolutely no sense. And I do care about reproductive rights, because it's funny, because I was talking to someone and we were talking about the whole reproductive rights thing, and I was speaking about how in Amsterdam or in Dutch country, they are, like 4 or 5 years ago, they had commercials promoting people to have children and saying your parents want to be grandparents, and because their rates are declining. And so you look at the larger global issue, the rates for Caucasians are declining, and they said by 2040 the world will be a minority, which it already is. I don't even know why we still call it that. And everybody will be mixed and mixed up and everything. So what if the abortion rights being stripped away from women is because they want more people to be born of Caucasian descent? That's an argument that people are having. So I think it's interesting.
It is, because the whole you can't do this and you can't do that, even if it's incest, even if it's rape, like that means it's a whole lot of daddies touching their daughters, a whole lot of uncles touching their nieces, because if you're putting that in the rights bill, you're fully aware of it, and you're probably one of the people who do it.
Yeah, I don't know why they putting that.
It shouldn't even
And
matter.
It's they're forcing that on women. So I get sexually assaulted by some person, and then now I'm forced to now carry the term of something that's so horrific. Like, you're not going through that. How can you tell somebody what they have to do?
Yeah.
And pregnancy is not easy, because mine wasn't. So you go through that and then have a hard pregnancy after going through something like that. That's too much.
It is.
That's a lot.
even like if something is wrong with the child that can have a lot of disabilities that probably won't even live outside the womb, they still won't let you terminate. So let's see how that shakes out.
But then too, on the flip side, you want all these babies, but
Who's paying for it?
foster care is nobody wants these kids. So once they get here, then what? You want to take away health care. Like, so all you force, it just don't make sense.
It doesn't.
This y'all should work on like the hospital bills. Like, there's no reason why you should come home with a crazy bill like that.
You should. That's been an argument from the inception. I don't know when that's gonna get fixed. Never. And about Easy Pass. Who the hell else is going through Easy Pass drama? Like, I'm gonna get a lawyer because we're going through some Easy Pass crisis, and they be saying you owe like $50,000 in tolls, and it'd be like $5,000 in tolls, and the rest be fees. And so, contact me if you're having an Easy Pass issue, and you got like a group or something, or a lawyer who specializes in Easy Pass, because this is real disturbing to me. So there's a lot of stuff going on in our government. Stuff, real stuff. See, that's the real stuff. It's a fake bill, but it's really affecting you because they can strip you of your bank account, your, everything, your taxes, your license. It's crazy. So let's talk about that. So if you know anybody who has successfully sued Easy Pass or, have went and got their things reduced, hit me up. I need to talk to you. On a lighter note, because that was real heavy, all of that. Sarah Gilbert is leaving the talk. And you watch the talk.
Which one is that?
That's the one who started it. The one from Roseanne.
Oh, her.
Yeah, the white vegan. And that's the best way I can describe her. And she's leaving, like really abruptly. So the talk is having a shakeup because they lost Aisha Tyler. She left abruptly, said she was going to be producing films that never came out. Then you had Chang, her husband, got all involved into the Me Too. He was touching people, his doctors and stuff. So she departed. And now Sarah Gilbert is departed, saying that her work-life balance was out of whack. And then she was also involved in the drama with Roseanne and the name, the stuff that she said. So I just think that, and then she started, like I said, she's producer of the talk. She started the talk. It was her idea, and she's leaving abruptly. Smells real fishy. I'm going to be digging into that because no one wants to leave their show. So then, which leads me into our good old girl, Wendy Williams. And I've been watching her the last couple of days. I didn't watch her today, but I was watching her, and she has this, and I have several friends that are friends with her, personal friends with her on Instagram and whatnot, and she has this new campaign. I don't know who she's becoming, but I like her. Let me fix my wig. And I don't know if I like who she's becoming, because now all of a sudden she's this like social butterfly. She doesn't mind people touch her. Wendy, what's going on? Do you think they should still have a show, Mom? Do you like the new Wendy format? She's saying the B word a lot. She's just doing a lot of extra stuff. How you feeling about the new format? Can you feel it?
Yeah,
you
but
can feel it.
she's going through something.
Yeah.
After a breakup, and the cheating and stuff, you go through a lot.
Yeah.
So they gotta I hope they don't take the show away from her because it takes time to unravel.
Yeah.
All that mess, and that's what's happening to her. So you go through a whole bunch of changes.
So she definitely appeals to you.
Yeah.
Because you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't know much about what she's doing right now.
No.
But I just know she's living a really good life. So I think that's really good for her. She should probably keep doing that.
She should keep on doing it. Now, I like Wendy. It's just weird. I watch her go through a lot of changes. I follow her career like from the beginning, and she goes through a lot of just different changes in plain view, which is great for people. Sometimes people don't understand, like, oh, here we go with the phony stuff again, right? Oh, she's phony. She's only doing this for this and that. But that's how growth happens, right? You change. You say things. You're a vegan one day. The next day you eat meat. One day you're married. The other day you're divorced or whatever. And that's just the way life goes. So I just think she's living out loud.
People always say you phony.
Yeah.
You're not phony. You're just changing.
That's right. You're changing. What's that song? Changing. that song? You know that song?
I know it's
Man, I still can't get that song. Yo, I've been trying to figure out a song for a week now. London used to love the song. I used to love the song. And I don't know the song anymore. And I'm really getting old. It's like, I'm like Otis from Martin. And he was like, you remember about, that song you just can't get out your head? I can't get the song out of my head. I can't get it out of my mouth. I can't type it to find it. It's driving me literally crazy. And I guess I'm 43.
Who's it by?
I don't even know her name. You don't know my name. I don't. It has an A in it, I think. It's like one of those names, like A dot something. She's from the West Coast. It's, how the song go, London? She don't remember. Anyway, I'm having one of those senior moments, and I'm having them often. I don't like it. But anyway, so back to Wendy. So she's like living out loud. We like it. I guess we like the woman she's becoming to. It's just crazy that she was so restricted, right? Because then that's the other side of it, that you see how restricted she was in her marriage. And that's crazy. That you can become restricted where you don't even know who you are. And I think that's what I saw. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because she looked like she had it all together. And she was just being, told what to do. It's crazy. Anyway, anybody got anything to say about that? No? Okay. A$AP Rocky update. He's still in jail, as far as I know.
That's crazy.
Trump did not help him. Trump actually hurt him. Al Sharpton probably hurt him. These governments are different from ours, and this is what people don't understand. They can be vindictive. See, in a democracy like America, you can say things, you can do things, but you just can't be as vindictive as you want to be, because you have people keeping you honest. You got citizens, you got Congress, you got all these different layers of legislation. And in these other countries, it's a little bit different. So the Swedish prosecutor was pissed off that Trump thought that he can get the prime minister involved in a court proceeding, and where he was supposed to get out in 14 to 16 days, they indicted him. They rushed to indict him because of the interference with the government. And the government in this instance should have really stayed out of it, because people don't like us. And, people are not feeling America because they don't like our politics. So praying for Rini and Asia and Erica and A$AP's whole family, and we're praying that he gets out. He gets out healthy, bigger, and better. But he is still in jail. So it's terrible. Kim Kardashian and Trump can't help everybody. So sometimes we need to think about it.
And it's weird because it's like the other guy had a drug case.
G-Eazy.
And they let him out the next day.
He slapped the security. He was violent. He just did whatever he wanted to
And
do.
they caught drugs and they let him out.
Yeah.
And he got to leave. This guy's defending his life or whatever because he got attacked. That's kind of crazy.
But we know race plays a part, and our politics, not our politics, but who's sitting in office, it plays a part. So sorry, guys.
Then they was also saying what Rocky said. I don't know if he said it in that interview, and he don't know nothing about, Ferguson. He don't know nothing about Ferguson.
Well, that's why.
Soho. So I don't know if he said it or they
No, he said that.
said his words.
He said it. I heard it. But that's why Black Twitter isn't supporting him, and at all. Some people are, but for the most part, they're not supporting the movement because they feel like he turned his back on black, on the black agenda. When he had a platform to speak out about the injustices, he didn't do it. So why should we? That's how they feel. Why should we stand behind him and make a big, fuss?
Yeah, I saw a meme that was like, I guess Black Lives Matter now.
Right, because they say he's a colorist. He's involved in colorism, the women he dates, his political views, and his kind of just blasé attitude about it. So, hey, we gonna do. But human rights are involved. So if he's being mistreated, he's not eating. That's wrong. I don't care who he is. So, Nipsey update. The store is still closed, and it's gonna remain closed As of today, August 1st, they are putting a gate around the entire perimeter of the mall to erect a monument in his honor, and the store will remain closed.
What about the rest of the stores? They putting a gate around the whole complex.
That's what it sounds like to me.
So the other
They put out an announcement. You can read it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And it said they were putting a gate around the Marathon store. Maybe they're putting it just around the store, but I find that
That would be hard.
kind of weird.
Connected.
Right. So I'm thinking it's going to be like that whole, maybe that little section, where the incident took place, and
Oh,
then in
where
front
he
of the
owned
store.
from there.
He owned the whole thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
So
That's what
you are, buddy. So, so yeah.
His
So
birthday coming up, so they don't want a lot of people there, so they probably doing that too.
okay, it's the 15th, right?
Yeah, it's
Sorry. You don't know my name, Alice?
No, that ain't the song. I know that.
Hey, you don't know
No,
my name?
I know that song. I was just saying because I don't know. You don't know my name.
That's the one I
No,
was thinking
the
about,
song is
too.
like just like that. I can't think about it. She's a Cali person.
Yeah,
It's
she's
a
from
dope
Cali.
song. It's really cool. If
I
you know,
remember the setup, the video. They was in the backyard. It's like a cookout. They was like on the gate.
In the pool.
Yeah, in the pool. Yeah.
you're not helping them. I know that part. Anyway, Nipsey, his birthday's coming up.
So they're gonna put a
Yeah,
statue of him?
They said a monument.
Okay.
You know, we've been learning more and more about that area. That area is hot commodity.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep up that
I
area.
think that's the biggest obstacle they have.
Yeah. With the railroad they want to put up and all the property they want to
With the
put.
stadium
And
down there.
that area is smack dab in the middle. That's a little bit. So shout out to his family and his true loyal friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a sad situation every day. It doesn't get any better because every day you don't have the right answers. So, shout out to them. And the marathon continues. Going into some more entertainment reporting. Younger. Oh, let's just stay with Cali. We were watching All American. I'm late to the party. Welcome to the party. Okay, no, I can't sing that song. Anyway, welcome to the party for us. All American with Tay Diggs and Daniel Ezra, I believe his name is, and a whole bunch of other people. It's a good show, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's about a real person. I read up on him. I forgot his name, but his name is Spencer something. Yeah, but it's not all true. It's like he was an ex-football player who wrote this script, and what they did is they kind of dramatize it. I always
Dramatic.
No, that dramatize. That's what it is. It's a tongue twister. And so he's you hear me? He's a football player from Crenshaw who gets recruited from a coach from Beverly Hills, and he goes over to Beverly Hills because it's, you know, violence in Crenshaw, and he's getting into nonsense, but he's like this all-star player. But there's a twist. You find out why he gets recruited by this guy and the people that he moves in with, which is the coach and his family. And it's a really good show. I don't want to say much because I'll give the whole plot away. But just know that it's inspired by a true story. It's not all factual. And he did go on to become a real football player. He played for the Giants and a couple of them. Green Bay. Spencer something. In real life. Spencer something. I don't know. But it's a good show on Netflix. All black cast with the exception of a sprinkling of Caucasians. But it's really good. So it's like Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights meets another movie. So it's like a mashup of two movies. He actually read movie scripts about football and decided that he was going to have his own spin, and he wrote it. And one of his ex-football buddies, friends, was a producer for Netflix, and they greenlit it. And it got picked up for a second season, so it comes back out in October. So check it out. They got 6 episodes up, and I guess they got 6 more on the way out. But it's a great show. And Younger, if you're watching Younger on TV Land, it is heating up. That show is awesome. I love it. I've been watching it from the very beginning. It's like Sex in the City. So watch Younger on TV Land, watch it on demand. Good Trouble on demand is a spin-off of The Forsters. So good, so good, so good, so good. And what else am I watching? Oh, that new sketch comedy show comes on Friday with Molly from Insecure.
I don't know about it.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you. But it's like a female, mostly female sketch comedy. I think Tiffany Haddish is on it. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me. But it comes on Friday night, HBO at 11:30. I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. I love sketch comedy. And who else? What else am I doing? Oh, back to Nipsey, real quick, and then we're gonna go to 10 tips. Why isn't his songs on the radio
At all.
What is going
I
on
was
with that?
asking the same question.
Not one song. Higher is not his song. Higher is DJ Khaled's song. It's very
You
sparse.
barely hear that one.
That song should have been like a Grammy nominated song. If he were living, it would have been, in my opinion, because has a gospel essence or whatever. You know, he basically he did his own eulogy on that song. So like, how crazy was that? Talk about a prophet. But we gotta do better with why we don't hear his music on the radio. How can we be fans of him and the only fans of him only heard him on YouTube and SoundCloud and you know streaming, but you don't hear him on the radio? What's going on in radio where they don't play real artists? You know what I'm saying? You hear the same damn song every 10 minutes. You know, it used to be like top 40 every 40 minutes, top 20 one time. You're hearing it too frequently. You go to one radio station, they're listening to each other, they're playing the same song at the same time, and now it's happening on satellite radio, because satellite radio used to be our refuge where you can hear brand new artists before they even drop, and now satellite radio is sounding more like regular radio. Why isn't Nipsey's songs on the radio?
They don't even play them on satellite like that.
No, they don't.
When he passed,
Yeah,
they was playing it heavy, but they don't even play it.
No,
you
they
don't.
don't.
Hear like no master mixes, like
Nothing. I find it weird because he had radio songs. Half the songs that are on the radio aren't radio songs.
And they're like crazy old school. I want to hear Nelly, like not in here, like crazy songs like that. Like, why are y'all putting this on?
Somebody blocking them.
Yeah, I find it so
Somebody
strange.
Yeah.
It's the machine.
Master P was saying that in his interview. He was like, all the stuff that he got the humanitarian award for, he was doing last year when he was here and was at the BET Awards. So why wouldn't he get
They
it
should have got it
while he was here? Why would y'all wait? He said he feels like they only did it because of
They
his
had
passing.
to. They had to. Because to save face. If they didn't do anything, it would have looked crazy. But they didn't have they didn't care about that. It's so many other people too, besides Nipsey, that are doing humanitarian issues out of their own pocket, going to Africa, doing stuff in their communities, and nothing. I look at the rise of Lizzo. Lizzo has been working. I've been listening to her for over 4 years. Why is she just on the radio? And some of the songs are old already. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that raw, real talent gets squandered? You know, and people give up. We were just talking to some legendary pillars in the conscious community, Red Pill and Blue Pill, twin brothers, you know, and Mama Pill. She wasn't there, but we talked to the twin. So it's that feeling of not knowing your value, like doing all this good work, but not really getting the accolades. So you don't even know what you're doing. And now that our lives are so ran by social media, if you don't get the likes or you don't get the engagements, you think you're not doing something. But it's not that you're not doing anything. There's something holding us back, you know, and we know what that thing is. They don't want us all to wake up at the same time. But come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're someone who's still asleep and you're listening to this podcast, wake up. Wake up. We're living in a world full of algorithms, but we're not an algorithm. We're real. You understand? So, you know, if you like songs on the radio, you like songs you don't hear them on the radio, promote them on your page as best you can. I try, but they always block my page. So just put up artists' pictures and their songs or whatever and promote their music so other people can be exposed. I just heard this guy, where's the guy from Portugal? Where's it, JP Waters? Moose?
Huh?
The Portuguese artist that I would really love. JP Waters?
No.
I think his album's called Water.
Oh, you
Richie
heard that song?
Richie Campbell.
Richard Campbell.
Richard Campbell?
Richie Campbell.
Richie Campbell.
Damn.
The album is Water.
Oh, the album is Water. Dope. Project is from 2017. No reason why we haven't even seen the video, heard the song nowhere. You just gotta search, and
What
that's.
about if you flood the
it's
radio
horrible.
stations with phone calls?
They don't even pick up the phone no more. They don't
People
even
been
do that.
doing it on the Breakfast Club in the morning. People been calling
Because you
in,
can call in, but
talking
they
about
filter
why
that
you
stuff.
keep on. They've been playing it on the radio.
Yeah, but they
Because
filter
if you
it.
keep on dodging the question, I don't pick it. I don't get to choose. I don't
They
get to
don't.
choose. And then Charlamagne will say something slick, but people have been calling in lately, like, why you keep playing the same stuff? You the DJ. Why you don't put no better artists on? Why you don't do
Yeah,
this?
because it's time.
People been lately.
Yeah.
They've
Cause
been,
it's like they get them. I know they got a follow itinerary, but after a while, you do get to pick and play how you feel for at least a half an hour.
They have PDs, the program director, and the program directors are a little harsh. And it's funny because the program director at Power is a black woman, you know, and a plus size black woman, might add. And I don't understand why, and I think that's why Lizzo gets some spins up there, because she's representing for that community and if it's her agenda, but there's no reason why we don't hear people on the radio. What if we stop listening to the radio? I mean, that should be what we do, right? Stop tuning in, stop calling in, stop giving them engagements, and then make them search for us. And that's how we should do in all of our stuff. Like, when they don't support us, the people, let's stop supporting them. You know, because they're not giving us what we need. So I just had to throw that out there. Yeah, that was on there. Tam tips, and then afterwards I have a health tip after Tam tips.
So to keep it with the start of the show, with being fake and all of that, please do not embellish your resumes too much. If you know you really can't do that, don't put that on there and have it looking like you the guru at, I don't know, Excel, and you don't even know how to open up Excel. Like, just be mindful of the things that you put on your resume if you're going to write it yourself, because you will get put to the test. If you say you can do X, Y, Z, and you have so much experience with it, and they hire you for that thing, and you have no idea, if you're not really fast at winging it, don't do that. Do not do that, because a lot of people get caught up, and you will lose your job. They don't mind firing you after a couple of days. So make sure you're not lying on your resume.
Don't
Don't
lie.
be a fake phony.
Because they will test your jaw. That's what Nip said.
And that's the tip.
That's Tam tips. Tam tips. Tam tips. All right, so dealing with mom, and mom is having some little issues, and one of the brain health is very important for all ages, right? Especially when you get a little older, because you start forgetting stuff or whatever, and you want to just make sure your brain is supported. So I know a lot of people talk about ginkgo biloba. That's been the pill that everybody's talked about forever. But one pill, because I also follow Ayurvedic studies, and one pill that I've used and I use every day is called ashwagandha. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it sounds just like that. It's written just like that, right? And it is it's ginseng. And so ashwagandha supports mental clarity. It supports brain health. It also helps with strokes, recovery, brain injuries, and all of that. So that's something that you want to have in your arsenal, as well as turmeric. Could you stop wiggling? I'm getting old. You're going to make me forget. So you want to have those in your arsenal of herbs that actually help with inflammation. Actually, ashwagandha also helps with cortisol, which causes belly fat. The stress hormone that causes belly fat, which causes you to have diabetes, which causes you to have strokes. Okay? So everything, one thing leads to another, leads to another. So if you can have these things in your arsenal, just support you so that you don't get belly fat so that you don't have mental brain death, basically. You have brain death. Your cells, if they don't get properly oxygenated in your brain, they die. And that's what a stroke is. It's a blockage. It cuts off blood supply, and that area of the brain that stroke happens in dies a little each time. So if you're having mini strokes or you're having full-blown strokes, you know, that's what those are. And that's why it's so dangerous, because you lose function. Your personality changes. So I also want to urge my friends who are my age who have elderly parents, watch your parents, you know, because our parents will say, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But if you know your parent and you know your parent isn't walking the right way, doesn't sound properly, is just doing things that is out of their personality, pay attention to that and take them to the doctor, because a lot of times they won't go on their own because they're so busy saying they're fine. Get your parent checked out, make sure they have a CAT scan, brain or MRI, whatever, so you know what's going on. I think that should just be standard. Once you hit a certain age, your doctor should be ordering certain tests because you want to get in front of the problem. But we live in a great country where they don't do that. And you have to be your own doctor and your own diagnoser. And you have to go to WebMD and MayoClinic.com and just, you know, whatever you learned in school and things you see on TV, because believe it or not, TV shows are very helpful. You know, ER, Grey's Anatomy, you watch House, you watch a lot of those shows, you could be an MD yourself. So pay attention to your elderly family members. Huh?
London says she watch House.
Love House, right? He's so smart. So take care of your brain. Remember ashwagandha and ginkgo biloba, turmeric, sea moss, inflammation, mucus. When mucus wraps around your brain, that's another whole issue. So keep bladderwrack and keep sea moss in your arsenal as well. And what else? I think I covered everything. You got, oh, coconut oil. My women, my females, if you're having some like little, if you feel like you're having like a little yeast infection or a little mild irritation, buy you some organic coconut oil. Rub yourself down every night. Coconut oil is antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it will help with that situation if you don't want to use like drugs to clear up your situation, because it will go away if you eat right. Stop eating a lot of bread, stay away from the sugars. You get your pH balance back, and you get order in the court down below. Okay? Is blinking? What does that mean?
Nah, I'm just, that's you.
Oh, I'm wrapping it up. So, Coke, who? Yeah, don't eat pork. Don't eat meat, period. But, you know, pork, yeah, you want to stay away from that. It's not. Tell them. I know that one. Tell them. So if you I do this little cream, a little hydrocortisone, you know, if it's out of control. A little bit of hydrocortisone, a lot of coconut oil, some lavender oil. Rub that around in your hand. It'll be your best friend. You won't need monostat 7 or any of that stuff, and you don't have to put it all the way up there. You just put it on the surface. And like I said, you get your nice balanced diet, get you some sea moss, drink you your little, little teas and everything, and stay away from the sugar, and your body will naturally balance itself back out. Okay? I'm not a doctor, but I do experiment on myself all the time. So when I find something that works for me, I tell you guys, right? Because I used it on Tay-Tay when she was a baby, and she got a diaper rash, and the diaper rash creams are real nasty and messy, and we made her that little mixture along with baby wipes that sat in like apple cider vinegar, water, and some lavender oil. Got her butt all cleared up, girl. So those are my tips for my health tip for today. And that is the show, you guys. I know I kept y'all a little longer than expected, but it was worth it, I believe. We talked about some really good stuff, some heavy-hitting stuff, but we got to be mindful. We got the kiddies, so I couldn't go in the way I would normally, but they watch me anyway on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to keep it real with them. You got to tell kids the truth, because at the end of the day, they're just mini adults that's going to grow up, and you want them to have as much information in those heads of theirs as possible. You want to plant good seeds, right?
Yeah.
All right. So say good night, mini means.
Good night, Freddie Pocket.
Good night, Hope Nation. We love you all. Thanks again for tuning